Today is National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, an epidemic that impacts families across the country and right here in our backyard.
Family and friends, along with search and rescue teams, have been looking for Selena Not Afraid in about a 3 to 5 mile radius.
Selena Not Afraid was last seen around 2 o'clock on Wednesday at the eastbound I-90 rest area between Billings and Hardin.
Searchers have been looking for Not Afraid since New Year's Day.
Paula Castro Stops just found the exact spot where her daughter's body was discovered on this Cheyenne reservation. When she reported her daughter missing, there was no Amber Alert and no immediate official search. In the end, it was community members, not reservation police or FBI, who found Henny Scott weeks later. The medical examiner determined she had died of exposure, aided by alcohol found in her body.
Tribal and federal investigators tonight are looking into the death of a Northeast Nebraska woman. A statement from the Umonhon tribe of Nebraska, which was released late Tuesday night, acknowledges the death of Lenice Blackbird, though the statement doesn't say how she died or when she died. It does say that Umonhon Nation law enforcement is now working with the FBI on the investigation into Blackbird's death. We've reached out to both agencies, but as of news time, our calls have not been returned.
After over a month of waiting, a Nebraska woman's family is still waiting for answers. Together tonight at War Eagle Park to remember Lenice Blackbird. Blackbird was a member of the Umonhon tribe of Nebraska, and after being positive or testing positive for COVID-19, she was sent to a quarantine cabin on the reservation with other members who had tested positive. Her family says soon afterwards she went missing and was later found dead by relatives. Lenice's family stating she had always stayed in touch until she went missing, and when they went out to search for her, they found her only 20 minutes later near the cabin. Since then, they have heard nothing of the cause or reason why she wandered away from the cabin.
We didn't have any help, so, they should have jumped right on it. She was missing, or they assumed she walked away. But that's all they said. She walked away.
The family says she was in the care of the Omaha Tribe's Health Committee, and again, as you just saw, when asked where she went, according to the family, they said, quote, she just walked away.
You figure out Lenice was missing. If you just want to do just how everything happened, basically, whoever wants to go ahead with that.
You can take here and take here. Jen. You don't remember how all of it. No.
Lenice came home one afternoon and they said she had to be tested. She had to get tested for the COVID, and so she went up and I said, babe, that's the only way you can get to come home. I said, you gotta get tested. She said, okay, mom, I'll go do it. She did it, and they told her that she was positive and that she we had the grandkids here. They were little babies, and they they decided she can go stay down bottom or whatever at the down at Big L. And that was like on a Monday. She went down there and she would call. She called Monday, she called Tuesday, she would call, check in. She said, Mom, I'm checking in. It's okay. And if you need anything, let me know. And she did that Monday, Tuesday, and after that, we didn't hear from her. I'd call down there, check, see if she'd answer the phone, but she didn't answer the phone. We didn't hear from her for a couple more days, and my sister Irma, she was like, this ain't like Lenice. She said, it's not like Lenice not to be, just get up and go and not know where she's at. She's always checked in. And like I said, so they went looking for her. And everybody in the city knows her. So there was no way that she just disappeared. She called that Tuesday morning, didn't hear from her after that. And then my sister said, we gotta go look for her because that's not like her. And it's not. She calls and said, Mom, I need this, I need that, or I'm ready to come home, or whatever. But we didn't hear from her after that. And we went back up to the health center. They weren't really any help to us. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yeah, she's not. I said it made it more frustrating because there's, you can't go out, you can't do anything. But we were looking, because we went up looking for her. And everybody we seen said, nope, we didn't see her. Everybody that she knew, they didn't see her. Which was strange because, like I said, everybody knew Lenice in the city. And even my sisters, I don't know, they had the gut feeling or something wasn't right. Because I think we went up they went up a couple days before me. I had to work, so I didn't go. But they went looking for her too.
It was Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday. Then finally, they told me I had to do a missing person report. So I did that Saturday afternoon. We came back.
And how long did it take to file the missing person's report? Like, what was the guideline to that?
How long did they tell you?
You had to wait before you filed it.
Before you can file it, how long did it take?
48 hours.
Yeah, 48 hours. 48 hours.
What was your response from the?
And again, we'll meet you down there, or we'll meet you down there, but nobody showed up.
So what did you do as a family after that? You knew that there wasn't going to be more or less any help in finding Lenice.
My sister Irma took control and she said, we're going down there. We're going to go look for her. We got to go down there. We got to go look for her. That was her response. And so everybody gathered that evening about 5 o'clock.
About 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
She called everybody up.
And she said, come on. And they were kind of being real hesitant about letting us down there and stuff. But she was more persistent. And so we went down there.
We all met. My mom, we all met as a family. We got in a circle and we said a prayer. And, less than 20 minutes later, we came across, she was found. Because we know, like I said, we know she wouldn't walk. If she walked, she would either came home or she would have got a hold of my mom. She always, that's how she was. She always called mom. She always called mom at work, home, her cell phone, whatever. So that's how we knew that. And then for them to not see her leave, they say she left. Because we had they told you, how many times did they tell you that she left? She left in a car, she walked off. She got picked up.
She said she walked off. And I said, there's no way she could walk out of here. I wonder, when her feet were so swollen, they were that big, there was no way she was going to walk out of here. Walk that long and that far. And that's what I told him. I said, there's no way she walked out of here. Because I said, her feet were so swollen. She's barely moving.
But he said he didn't need none of that stuff. we just needed the number or what was it, the carrier of the phone, that, they could do all that. But, he never, not once when we brought her back, he never came over here to, check on her or, ask questions. Or if we had any questions, we had to get a hold of them, to see when we could bring her back and, everything, whatever else. We had to, keep calling him to finally we got an answer. And I think he's just full of shit.
And that's the sad thing is you see this all over, the federal government or whatever, they don't solve our cases for when it comes to Native Americans. So you would think our own people would step up and say, oh, well, let's do this right then, because obviously the feds ain't gonna do it. But I mean, clearly they just don't care either.
The whole
Unless if it
investigation
was one of their kids,
on each
now if it
level.
was one of their kids, their sister, something, it'd be a totally different story. But just because this is Lenice, then it's not.
And the sad thing is, if it was and they asked for our help, that's just how we are. We would help them.
Exactly.
And everybody knows how we are as a family. And if it was the other way around and they wanted help from us, we would help them.
And mainly my mom Donna, she's one of a kind of person, and everybody knows this around here.
Yeah.
She's everybody. She doesn't hold no judge. She sees the best in even the worst people. She doesn't hold no judgment, no nothing. If you need help, she's gonna help you. And everybody around here knows this. So for her to be every day asking you for help, I can't find my daughter. You should get up and do something. Go down there and look instead of saying, oh, well, we went down there and they said she's not there. Okay, well, then where is she if she's not there? Because honestly, when my mom got a hold of me, when I found out Lenice had it, was Monday. So then I was messaging Lenice and checking on her and stuff. She said she was fine. I told her to drink water and all that. Then Wednesday, when my mom said she couldn't get a hold of her, I started messaging her. And I was thinking Lenice, she went to get a drink or whatever, because if she didn't drink, she would get sick. And she already has COVID. So I'm thinking she doesn't want nobody to know that she left from down there or, whatever. So, and because she was online. So I was calling her, I was messaging her, no answer. So that's what I was thinking. I didn't think anything was wrong. So then Saturday came and my mom called and said, you need to get a hold of your mom, Donna. She's worried about Lenice. So then she called and I talked to her and she said, well, we're just going to go down there and look. And I said, all right, well, I'll come down there. So I came from South Sioux, went down there and we started. And I still didn't think anything was wrong. I didn't think we were going to find her down there. So we were looking and then pretty soon. And we were standing behind the cabins and I seen like my sisters and my mom, everybody was like way back there. And I'm like, she didn't go back there. There's no way she went all the way back there. So I told my mom, I said, let's turn around and go this way, because if she left, she's going to walk this way to go back in town or, whatever. So we started walking that way. And then I heard my brother holler. So then I turned around and then I heard him like he went, fuck. And then, so then I just started running over there. And then that's whenever we found her.
The dispatcher said they were going to meet him, or the captain didn't want to come down because he was scared of COVID. I said, bullshit. And then I was like, mad, whatever. So then they said, well, we're just going to go look for ourselves. Let's all get together and we'll go down there. And I said, well, what time? Well, 6. They said the cops are going to meet us down there. But when we were turning in, the cops were going northways. So I called. I was like, sure. So where you guys at then? And they said, well, we're heading down bottom now. I said, why is this seeing a cop going north? And they said, well, just get down here. We're going to go down here and look for her. So we got down there about 6 o'clock, little after 6. And then it only took us 20 minutes. But me and my mom and a couple other my aunties, we went through the water. And that's why my stomach start having the ugly feeling. So I was like, damn, I hope, we don't find her in the water. So we start walking, and then my 2 nephews go the other way here. They hollered for us. There's like, help, help. And, I just ran over there. And I just knew it was bad because Callan was on his knees, and I ran over there, and then I didn't, you know, they didn't tell me where. They just pointed. So when I ran, you know, I saw her, and it was ugly, and how she was like her hands are up. You know, she was like, you, you know, she was there dead longer than 2 days. They said.
And then the cops came. So I mean, it just doesn't. And even after that, I don't know. It just doesn't.
Well, they didn't even stay because they came, and when everybody went through the search, then they left. They were heading out. Then someone hollered, "Call the ambulance!" So I was hollering at them to come back. I said, "Come back, come back!" So they came back, and then that's when they found out, you know. Then I was talking to my other sister Janet, and here comes. He said, "Did they find her?" I said, "Yeah, she's dead." He said, "Oh no!" He went like that. I said, "You knew something was wrong with her."
Yeah, it was funny when we went down there. Me, my mom, and them, we got down there, and he was like just like pacing back and forth, had his hands behind his back, just pacing, looking.
Yeah,
then get back, and then go this way. Then he went in. Then he came out. He did that again. And then I was like, "Sure, what, you know, what's he doing?" And then I think it was Auntie Janet. So I'm like, "Hey, you should be out there helping whatever." And he didn't say anything. He just turned around and he went back inside. And then we got out, so I didn't even pay attention to him. And then that's when we just went to go do our thing, whatever. And then after the fact that, you know, my sisters went over there to go, you know, question him, whatever. And then that's when the cops put up and act like, you know, they were gonna do something.
They were there that quick to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
They were. Yeah. Because when I got back over there, I remembered he was over there. So then I went back over there and I had a stick and I was gonna hit him with it, and he was probably about from me to my grandma. And then when I swung the stick, then the cop grabbed him and threw him in the back. I'm like, he should have already been in the back of that car. So why was he even standing out here? It's crazy.
So right now the investigation is still open, or is this, you know, what's the status of it right now?
We don't even know.
We don't know. They didn't tell us anything.
Nobody's contacted us.
I think in the investigation they term it as Carl T was supposed to be, you know, the health provider, but that the cabins themselves were just housing options. So a patient could decide if they wanted to go house there to feel safer. But my question is, what is the protocol behind that? You know, like what is, so you have your patient, but you're telling them to go house themselves in this area. Why didn't we address that? You know, why is there, who was going to take responsibility of that? Exactly. So now we're saying, oh no, it was her fault because she's an adult, but oh no, she's still a patient because we're still taking her vital signs. Oh no. It was her. She's her own person. She decided to go house herself. Like where?
That's why I said
where's the responsibility? Yep.
They did that to her.
They put her down there.
They neglected her.
What happened to the boyfriend? What is the situation with that? Did they investigate him? Did they what's the story behind him?
They took him in. They apprehended him. They questioned him. He was there for 24 hours, and then he was let go.
But they told him he had the virus. That's what they took him back down there.
No, yeah, they took him back down to the.
But he told several stories. Like there was like,
but they didn't like add up.
What, 7 red flags?
Yeah, I think even in the investigation, they said that his story changed like 3 different times, where she went to the bathroom, but then the next story is she left in the car. Then the second one is I fell asleep. I don't know where she's at. So what is your response as a family, as far as like justice not being served, and as far as like obviously he's not from this reservation, and how does that make you feel that this person is out here just not being held accountable to and not being investigated? How does that make you feel?
Angry.
Very angry.
Very angry.
Angry, and like Lenice wasn't worth it. From the beginning, that's the way they made us feel. from the very beginning, because they're not only is he at fault, but they're at fault as well from the very beginning. And in their investigation, it's in black and white every part where they were at fault. So
Very true.
from the minute that they even sent her down there, because honestly, we're not health professionals or anything, and we didn't take on the job of when the pandemic started. So they took that on, and we put Lenice's life in their hands. So
And
they were
supposed to take care of her, make sure she was being well cared for. I entrusted her life to these people, and they didn't do anything. They didn't do a thing. Else my daughter would be here. They did their job the way they're supposed to. She would be here. Not. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just. I'm still hurt. I want my child back, but I can't have her.
Yeah, I think this guy.
The gentleman that lived down there, he came one day, took me to the post office, and he was talking to me. He asked me what became of the case, and I said, you know what, I don't even know. As far as I know, it's still under investigation. And he said, well, what about the guy? And I said, I don't know. I guess they let him go. He said, they were supposed to, they said FBI was going to come see me and talk to me. They never did come. I said, well, you know what? I said, myself, I think he did something to her. And he said, I do too. I heard him. He said he heard how he treated her down there. He said, so I know he did something to her. He said, but can you tell me one thing? If she died of natural causes, her arms would be in front, not in the back. He said, so she was drugged down there. I said, well, somebody had to see something. You guys lived there. You could have heard something. And that was all he told me, that he thinks he did that to her.
And like that guy was never even questioned. You know, the whole investigation is just like nobody even came to us and asked us anything. You know, nobody came and questioned us. You know, like they didn't say. I didn't talk to no federal agents. I don't think my mom has either.
We didn't even have a captain of police. He was so scared of COVID that he just stayed home. He didn't worry about it. My child laid out there that night. It rained. He didn't come till midnight.
You know, not only is it tribal, you know, the federal, the FBI didn't even do a good job of their investigation. I mean, yeah, they're saying that, oh, look, the crime scene was contaminated. Well, you know what? Figure something out. You guys are the cops. You know, they didn't want to help us look for it, so we didn't know we were contaminating a crime scene. We were looking for Lenice. We were looking for our baby sister. You know,
it was gonna be a crime scene.
we didn't even know. We were praying and hoping it wasn't a crime scene. You know, that was the last thing we wanted to happen. And unfortunately,
And honestly, they're the ones who were telling us that she left from down there.
Yeah.
So
They said she walked
away. For them to say that they didn't look because there was rumors saying she left, and because my grandmas went to look in Sioux City for her, that's a lie. They told us that she left. So it was up to them. They had checkpoint workers for a reason. If they seen people coming, going in and out of there 24/7, they were getting paid good money to do that. If nobody physically seen her leave.
There was cameras down there. There was cameras down there. They were working.
And they were working. Remember he told us that they were working, that they would get back to us the next day, and then said they were broke.
They were going to go through the cameras and get back to us.
What
Then,
I get,
all
what
of
I
a
get
sudden,
out of
they
this
didn't work.
investigation, that paper that I read, is they're trying to blame Lenice and the family. But in my opinion, she was medically neglected. They killed her. Because if they're saying how bloated she was, we as healthcare workers were mandatory reporters. And we have a moral obligation. If somebody needs help, get them help.
If I hear one way or another. She was very spoiled. Me and her dad spoiled her.
But other than that, she was funny. She
Yeah.
comical, always acting silly.
Yeah. She'd always be laughing. Big old smile on her face, and like to tease,
She was
raise
always
head.
happy.
Uh-huh.
No matter what she was doing in her life.
Yep.
She liked to swear
She
too.
could get mad and then she can get mad, angry, and then turn it into a big laughter.
Lenice was caring. I don't even think she fought with the boys. Maybe once. They probably argued her once, but yeah, she was always like their big sister, mama kind of auntie, you know. So she's she was always laughing, always joking about something.
I'm gonna close this out with if any, and this is open to everyone, but what would you like to see happen? Kind of the last message of, you know, what are the biggest takeaways from this? What can we learn about it, and then how can people help you? That is the biggest thing that I want, is how can people help you and support you? What do you need specifically?
My girl back. My baby back.
Well, I think first and foremost, if anybody could offer some prayers for my mom, because it's hard to face. I know I can't imagine how it is for her, because you know that was her baby. You know, she was my sister, but that was her baby, and it's hard for me to face. The main thing that always is that we never got to see her. You know, we never got to. So it's, to me, it's like she's not even gone. So it's hard for me to even see that she's made it to the other side, because it's hard to accept the fact that she's even gone, because we never got to see her at all. Like, and then you know, when we bring them home and stuff, and when our family members pass away, you know, that usually helps. But she came home for a couple days, but she had a closed casket. So I mean, we never got to physically look at her and see and say, you know, goodbye, or, you know, we're gonna let you go now. And that never happened. That was taken from us. So I mean, I think once we get to that point, to where we can accept the fact that she's gone, and then you know, we can mourn, and then we can carry on, you know, because I know, and I told my mom the other day, as much as Lenice loved my mom, and you know, all of us, she loved everybody. I know she doesn't want for us to feel like this and to live like this. She wants us to go on, you know, the best we can, and until we're able to meet again. But it's just, you know, for me, that day just replays over and over all the time. I try to think about, you know, when Lenice, the times we did have, and the happy times. That's the things that I try to keep in my mind, because I don't want to think about just the trauma that happened and what happened to her. But it comes back, and you know, I have dreams about her, and it always comes back. So I can't imagine, you know, if I'm feeling that way, I can't imagine how that feels for my mom. And my mom, you know, talked to her every day. She was around her every day, talked to her. And like my mom said, Lenice was spoiled. Lenice got anything she wanted from my mom and my Papa Larry. So I mean, that would be a start. If anybody can, is, you know, keep my mom in the, because I believe in the power of prayer. So if, you know, just everybody saying a good prayer for my mom every day, give her strength to carry on. And you know, aside from that, we need a lawyer. We need a really good lawyer, because these people think that they're gonna get that they're going on with their lives, and that they're not gonna be held accountable. Okay, well, this was her fault, that was your guys' fault, you know, whatever. That's not the case, and I'll never accept that. I'll never accept that. So
we need justice.
Yeah, we need justice. Lenice deserves that. Lenice deserves justice, and anybody would. And I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't want anybody to live a terrible life. I don't want any of that. But they are going to pay for the neglect, and whoever did that to her, whoever physically killed Lenice, they're gonna have to pay for that one way or another. So, but until people are held accountable the right way, the legal way that they should, then we won't quit. I won't quit. So we need a lawyer. So if anybody could offer suggestions or anything that would help with that, I would like to start that as soon as possible, because it's already almost been a year. So, like I said, my mom, she sees the best in the worst people, in the worst kind of people. So for the tribe to tell us, oh, we're gonna hire an outside attorney to do this investigation, she had high hopes for that. She was thinking they were gonna do the right thing. They were gonna do. So then for this to come back, and they're not taking their responsibility, that's not right. And they're going to take their responsibility one way or another. So that's the only thing I could say.
Does anyone else have anything?
I would like to say for our community and our law enforcement and the House Center to come together and give my aunt answers, give her closure. Don't hide behind lawyers and lies, Come out and be honest. You messed up. It's their fault. But, be a grown up about it and come, we as a community should be come together and not be hush hush and don't talk to these people. And like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle she had.
It shouldn't matter.
She was loved. And then her life mattered to us, And like you said, she's not the only victim out there. And we as Native people should come together and help each other. And the people that need to be held accountable need to own up to their mistake and give my aunt answer so she can have closure. That's what I would like to see. Because we have to be the voice for Lenice. And we're not going away, no matter who they threaten, who they tell not to talk to us. It doesn't matter, because we're entitled to our opinion. And to me, they're at fault. They did this to her. And they should step up and give my aunt the answers that she wants, and maybe an apology, so she can have closure. Because she never got to say goodbye to her daughter. She never got to hold her one last time. She never got to kiss her and tell her goodbye. That was all taken from her because of their neglect. That's what I would like to see. Why can't we come together as a community and help instead of trying to brush it under the rug and blame this, blame that? What are they hiding? If they have nothing to hide, then come together. Bring it out in the open. Let's help each other. Because like I told you, we're a big family. And if somebody needed our help, we would help them. No questions asked. And everybody knows it. All right. She deserves answers and she deserves closure too. And Lenice deserves justice. And that's what she's going to get. Because they can threaten the community, the employee, but they can't make us be quiet. And we're not going to. Not threatening nobody. That's just my opinion. And that's just that's what I want to see. And it's a shame it had to come to this. This should have never happened at all.
It's really hard. Sometimes having a lot of people around it eases the pain. It's a little bit easier. But when you go home, that loss is still there. You don't see that beautiful smile of hers anymore. That's what hurts. I don't get to hug her. I don't get to hold her. That hurts. Don't ever want this to happen to anybody. Because it is hard. I appreciate everybody that came and helped us. The past